Hi all, welcome to the first episode of ChickCHAT. I'm Amulya Ravindra and I'm from the virtual sales team. Today we're going to ChickCHAT with Smitha Raghunath. Hi Smitha.
Hi Amulya. Hi everyone, I'm Smitha Raghunath. I have been with Cisco for the last 7.5 years, and for the last 5.5 years I've been a part of the Global Enterprise Theatre in India.
Welcome to ChickCHAT, Smitha.
Thanks,
So,
Amulya.
you said you were with Cisco for 7.5 years, right? So it's been sales overall.
It has been sales throughout. Actually, truly to count, it's 8.5. But the first year was spent in software engineering, and I decided to change my career beyond that, take it into the business side.
Okay.
So I only count the time
Yeah.
I've actually been in sales.
So, what made you make the change? Why sales?
I think when I got into Cisco as a software engineer, with 10 months into it, I realized it was a lot of technical work and a lot of coding. Did not give me the exposure to speak to people and really understand about business. And I always wanted the opportunity to work with customers and to do some sort of consultative engagements. And I figured sales was one way to, get started on that side. And that's
Okay.
when I decided to join sales.
That's great. So you've been in sales for so long. So if you can define one moment, which you feel very accomplished in sales, what would that be? Any deal which you loved closing, anything like that?
I think there have been many deals that way that make me feel like it's worth being in sales. Couple of deals that I can remember on the competitive side, which have always given me a kick because we've been able to turn them over. One of the largest deals that I did was when I was handling IBM as an account, where we closed a $2.2 million CMS deal. It was in fact one of its kind, and we were going against their global mandate. So that was a very interesting sale for me. And the sales cycle was extremely long. It was about 8 months and very complicated as well. So I always look at that moment and say, wow, I actually accomplished something.
That's great. Whom do you admire in sales? Any women, especially not only within Cisco, outside Cisco. If you have any role models, or you just admire that person.
Yeah, I have a lot of people I admire within Cisco as well as outside. I think within Cisco we have great leaders like Daisy. We have Rama Balasubramanian in APJC, and I follow a lot of what they say and what they speak, right? Even the IT leader like Rebecca Jacobi. Every time she comes down to India and they have a leadership talk with Cisco Connected Women, I make sure I'm there because they give us a lot of pearls of wisdom when it comes to how we can progress in our careers. Outside of Cisco, I think one of the persons who has most influenced or shaped thoughts has been Sheryl Sandberg from Facebook. I think she has a very open style of leadership, and she's been very honest about how to deal with career or how to deal with professional relationships in general. So yeah, these are my idols.
Great. Smitha, you are also from the CSAP program, and I am in my CSAP program right now. So, I can connect with you. So, how has it been if you have to go back to your early in career and if you want to give one advice to yourself, what would that be? Which maybe even I can take and, not do that.
I think one of the things that I would say is when you're early in your career, you can afford to take chances. So be bold and take chances. Because getting visibility is one of the biggest things that can help push you forward within Cisco or within your professional career itself. So make sure you take those bold chances and try and get visibility.
Okay.
And that will help you.
We'll keep that in mind. So, and we are doing this women initiative. So, how do you think about the men who work with you? You have any advice for them, or is it easy to work with them? Have they accepted women in sales? How is it for you?
I think it's a slow process. The largest number of people I meet in my career are of course outside of Cisco because I'm meeting customers all the time. And also, although they do accept us, there are times when you often feel, and especially being early in career, you feel they don't take you very seriously. So that one thing that I would actually tell men is don't take us for granted. And give us some consideration, right? We can actually get you the same good deals as what other men could get you on the field, but only if you actually get that confidence and faith in us.
So, talking of men, do you think we have any advantage at all over them? In sales especially.
I think we do, and I feel as women, right? Sometimes we do get emotional, but we also have a very strong intuitive side, which helps us capture those nuances if there could be a gap or an opportunity, be it either with a customer or a partner, and that can help us get an advantage over. I wouldn't say men, but in general, for us to actually get the ability to say there's a gap in the market, there's an opportunity, or there's a concern from the customer or a partner. And that is something that we can actually work on well in order to build relationships or the trust of the customer and the partner.
That's great. So, talking about balance in life, so how do you manage it at home, at work? Like, you should have some superwoman skills to do both of it. So, how do you manage that?
I think the one thing that actually balances out in sales is the sales cycle itself. There are times when it's absolutely hectic and I'm compromising sometimes on my personal life. But there are times when I do get ample amount of opportunity to spend more time with family and be there with them. I like traveling and I make it a point to travel multiple times a year, be it domestic or international. And fortunately, I have a family who also likes traveling. So I'm good on that bit. But apart from that, yeah, I like reading books, catching up with friends over the weekend. And yeah, I guess that helps de-stress.
So, one last question, Smitha. So, what would you tell about Cisco? How has Cisco helped you shape this career, in sales? How has that journey been?
I really like my journey within Cisco, especially because when I started off in sales, I truly did not start off in sales. I started in commercial strategy and then I came into sales. The exposure that I've received over the last 7.5 years has been amazing. And the one thing that I know is I'm not ready to leave Cisco because there is ample opportunity for me to try, even if I were to try other areas within Cisco itself, before I actually have to look at another company and say, Cisco doesn't have something for me. Cisco is truly a place where they actually encourage, building your career through various opportunities or exposure to different roles. And I think I'm happy to be.
Smitha, thank you so much for making our first episode in ChickCHAT so great. So thanks a lot again,
and thank you so much, Women in Sales team, for actually choosing me to be one of your first speakers.
Thanks, Smitha, for joining us in our very first ChickCHAT episode. So, guys, we're gonna put this up on LinkedIn. And we have a page called Women in Sales in Cisco. Do not forget to join the group, and we're going to keep posting such videos in future, so do watch out for the page.